An issue. Great hook. Kresnik gets pulled into the middle of the enemy team, but no one can get on him. Nice shield being used by Sinatra to keep that damage away, but eventually he has to fall. Capitulate, of course, to the Hun. That's a massive graviton surge, though. 5 people caught in that. The damage not quite there yet, and an excellent bionic grenade from Gingerpop to keep his team alive. That could be really nasty.
Not there at all, because Sinatra died very early right after the grab. He was already low, was able to clutch out the last bits of damage he needed for the grab, and simply threw it down. It might be the one time where that comes back to bite them, because that seemed like a very lost fight, an ambitious engagement there from Selfless. It's how they play, so you got to take the good with the bad, but they're going to be able to get back and at least maybe stall out this point. A charge from Kresnik should come in, but Whole Hog puts him back.
Yeah, Whole Hog as well. It's going to kick Kresnik out of the position to actually land that charge, and then he...
They're gonna have a chance though, because they have Pulse Bomb. You'd be surprised if Sinatra does not get grab up during this fight. They do get all 6 out here. The offensive Sunbury comes down, answered by the defensive one.
Yep. Defran manages to get a pulse bomb towards Gingerpop. The self-destruct going to come in. Where's the shielding? There isn't any. Selfless loses 2 to that self-destruct. Emon gets desuited by it as well. Nicely done. It looks like Selfless couldn't find their footing in this last stage here. The constant Dak is going to be there. He's actually with the team now, not skating some part of the map, so that's pretty good. XQC goes for the charge, but doesn't hit anything. Another beautiful bio grenade coming out from the side of Yikes. That's going to force Selfless away. Emons and Dak are going to have to work off into the side here. Unfortunately, Michael's been able to stay alive. In the whole meantime, Defran's been pumping out damage. Dante's going down. Now you can see Dahun is in a very dangerous position. He needs to back away, and Selfless are just menacing on this point.
The style in which XQC plays Reinhardt can be exploited if you start playing around it. They have to notice that even on their first offense for Yikes, XQC charged every chance he got. The moment there was a small window to try to charge that gets him his Earth Shatter partially through, but they have to work with less ults. There's the grab.
Yeah, and that's the XQC boost as well, but he can't get close enough. The whole rock pushes him away, and then the Earth Shatter puts him on his rear end. Defran fight the Helix rocket on towards Gingerpop, and XQC another desperate charge in again to no avail. He tries to Earth Shatter, but he only catches on towards Emon. Sinatra was keeping his team so well shielded up during the process, and of course Michael 3D with another bionic grenade to stave off that damage. Pizza finds the one on towards Dak with a pulse bomb, but that's all he's really done in this game. He's been very, very quiet when he's not playing Pharah, and they are struggling. Yikes have to fall back now. It's going to be that second checkpoint found by Selfless.
I guess the question is, when you look at Pizza, is can he play things other than the...
We've actually had Flame Wish. We had one earlier on yesterday, I think it was, but now it's going to be attack fights are coming through, but the Frank gets slipped straight away. Nice connection by Gingerpop. And now the Hack has to be careful. He needs to skate up the wall. Kresnik's desperately trying to keep his team shielded up, but that's been taken down. Now the Earth Shadow only finds space at this stage. XQC is going to get his own nano boost, but the wall almost works against him. He gets stunned, pushed back even. And XQC also with the anti-heal needs to go. Defran is still up high, doing so much damage here, and the fight's starting to shift in favor of Selfless. Now they're going to push them away. The Graviton, where's the follow-up? There ain't none. It's a sound barrier and a completion for Selfless.
Remember that we will be restarting after this map. There are issues with Comcast in the area, so we're going to lower the bitrate and hope that that fixes some of the issues that are going on right now.
Alright, thank you very much. See, people check back with him with afterwards. XQC, he gets wrecked there. Nice bionic grenade followed up by a fire strike, and Defran found the extra damage. Dante on the Tracer now. Everyone's getting a crack at it. I have to see if he can do a better job than Pizza last map. It wasn't convincing at all. Michael 3D needs to keep his team healed up, but the bionic grenade did connect from Gingerpop. That's going to force them right inside the corridors here. They're backing away. Kresnik obviously is bereft of teammates after they have to try and retreat into the house, and he goes down to Kresnik. Now there's 4 players on the point, make it 3, but of course, Emon's trying to do something about this. Yep, you heard me right. Emon on that Tracer tried to defend this one out here. Pressure over towards XQC. He's with Sinatra, at least the Michael 3D is on the top side. Good sleep on the Roadhog, but Selfless is slowly losing out in this fight.
It's too late. Space was just hunting. He got Kresnik first, he found Defran, he snuck up behind Michael, who didn't see him to the last second, was able to get the sleep, but by then it was far too late. So Space's Roadhog has actually done a lot of work for them here. Imang's going to respond by running his own Roadhog. We are fully into overtime, Mitch.
Yeah, absolutely. So no second chances here. If Yikes get knocked off the payload at all, that's going to be their run complete. They've got a Graviton Surge and a Pulse Bomb, so that's a pretty darn good combination if I've ever seen one. Now it's a matter of making that connect. It's going to be very important. There's no sound barrier for Dak at the moment, so there is an opening here just to really get that one stuck down and get most of the damage. Defran, though, is going to be a pain in the butt. He's going to sit in the back and just harass here. That's a 2-man Graviton. Dak gets gotten there as well. It's 3 kills. Nicely done. That's exactly what was needed. This is going to let that payload move further. It's a nice bionic grenade by Michael 3D, but no one's there to get the extra damage. He just leaps upon that payload. He knows he's done.
Yeah, they're even spamming out Defran, who was up top, but he's all alone back there. It'd be nice if they could send someone and go get him. That would be a beautiful stagger. He doesn't have a whole lot of outs. He's just going to sit in back. What they can't do is forget about him.
Yeah, Space will go for him here as well. Just an easy hook. Defran knows he needs to get the heck out of dodge. So that leaves a 5-man I guess, team on the payload here for Yikes. So they have weakened themselves somewhat to try and deal with Defran. We'll have to see how that sort of plays out now as Space just gives up the chase. He knows he needs to rejoin his team. They can get an extra point here, and that will be huge. Now it's going to be a nano-boosted whole hog from Space. He breaks the shield wall, and he forces Crescent to drop it. They're going to push them back now. Emong drops down. Defran finds Ginger Pop, though. He comes in from behind. They were worried about that. The tac visor just playing the end.
Space knew he was there, but he missed his hook. He heard the tac visor go down, but unable to swivel quickly enough to go get it. They were so close to this, but another closeout Graviton from Sinatra will seal the deal, but that's a pretty solid push for a minute on the clock. Tracer there while the tanks go on. It was such an interesting fight, and it could determine. You do not want to lose your Tracer this early, but the tanks will battle. Here comes Sunbear.
Sound Barrier to start off the fight for Selfless. Defran's going in. What's he looking for? The Earth Shatter actually connects on it. Was Ginger Pop, and he does get picked off by Defran. He finds 2 quick kills as he jumps into the back line, and also Tracer was found there. Kresnik's lucky not to get hooked in there. He was just around the corner of the Otherworth Hotel, and that's very, very big for Selfless not to lose him. Emong drops the Zara. Now the Sound Barrier comes out from Yikes. Graviton, neutral Graviton in the same spot. It's so hard to follow, but the Earth Shatter was there. XQC lays down the law. Kresnik able to find one and able to stay around, only because Michael's been frantically healing him and trying to keep him up there. I don't know what really can be done after Sinatra falls down. The pulse bomb, Kresnik just takes it. Now he gets anti-healed. Not much you can do about that one. 1 minute 37. Selfless don't have the luxury of waiting for the next fight.
Selfless got the first 2 kills there too. The 1v1 I was talking about, the Tracer v Tracer, that ended up going to Defran, and they got the first 2, and it's really been super scrappy and gutsy, just mechanical small performances. Can't say enough about Pizza switching over to the Zarya, as he was one of the big things to bring it back, but they opened it the exact same way. Dante down.
Yeah, they're losing their Tracer at the moment. Yikes now a 5-man squad, but Defran gets taken down. Both Tracers missing. It's a 5v5. Emong finds Ginger Pop. Kresnik gets by a grenade, and he's going to have to back away. Sinatra's very lucky to survive. He almost gets charged up against the wall, but that's another one for Emong. He finds Dahun. Now a bit of aggression, though. Space just from the backside, getting those right-click shots in towards the Graviton upside of Selfless. Now they're losing players. Emong is down. Defran at least finds XQC, but Sinatra gets hooked in on the point. Space finds the Space are doing so much. The pulse bomb of Defran finds Dante, but he can't get onto the point. He's taking too much damage, and there's 44 seconds left.
Space has been doing a lot, but again, he got the allied shield there to keep him alive. It's been the off-tank play for this team. It's been largely the tank play. Ginger Pop went down early that last fight, but they were still able to sit through it. It's going to be all up to this push for Selfless to continue this map.
Yep, Sound Barrier going to come out here as well. No surprise, Selfless need to use everything they have left to get this point. The charge. XQC finds Kresnik. The Earth Shatter doesn't find anyone at all, but Emong Dahak chime in first, find their kills. It's Sinatra and Kresnik are the next 2 to drop on the side of Selfless. So Defran has a lot of work to do. He's the main damage dealer on this point, and he gets caught in the grab. It's Dak actually inside that Graviton. Emong backing away, knows he has to stay back. Dak is eventually taken down by Dahun inside that Graviton, and another Sound Barrier comes out now for Yikes. This could be it. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and we're out of time. It's going to be overtime. Emong gets to the point, but he's taken down immediately.
Pizza again with another 2K clutch up that ult. Sinatra comes in with an ult of his own, does get 2 to try to turn it around. Desperation time. The whole hog will try to push Dak off the point. Yikes is going to bring this back. 5 minutes for Selfless, and they can't get first.
Oh my. Selfless Sinatra on that Tracer again. We saw this flavor from them yesterday, and the Pharaoh Mercy is back. Let's see if the damage is going to really be connecting. Space is on that Diva, so no Roadhog for him, but XQC finds Michael 3D. A very big dive early on to find the Ana.
Well, that's going to hurt their tanks. They've got 3 of them, and now no Ana in there, and you can't really heal them all just with Doc, and it's going to put him in a bad position, and now you see the tanks falling in short order right after. Emong, Kresnik, Sinatra, 1, 2, 3, all the tanks are dead.
Really nice opening there from Yikes. They feel pretty confident on this particular map, and it would have tried to do that as well, I think. That was an extreme stall. And look at this, it's 97%, and Emong's going to go. He needs some backup. He got a bit of shielding, but that's about it. The Graviton takes down Michael and Sinatra together. Self-destruct doesn't find anything, but all the ultimates are there for Yikes. They're just going through the motions now. There's going to be a desperate primal raid from Emong on the point. They're not really focusing him down right now, trying to deal with Kresnik, but he's got the defense matrix up. Now looking for Dak. Getting rid of him is going to be important, but he still gets a Sound Barrier. It does get on towards Emong, but not onto Kresnik. It's only 2 players benefit from that one. Of course, you have to go for it here, but maybe not as effective as it could have been otherwise. Self-destruct on the point for Kresnik. Doesn't catch on anyone. Emong is finally taken down, but Kresnik found space.
They can res this. Don't res this. You gotta res this. Res it right now, Ginger Pop. Where are you, Ginger Pop? You're my only hope. There's the res.
Yeah. X is freaking out at him that moment there. Oh, XQC now going to dive on, and actually Selfless could have had some control there. It looks like that pulse bomb was actually eaten up by defense matrix there. Ultimately, it's overtime though here. Selfless just have to keep trying to hope that something sticks. But Michael again gets taken down very early in probably his 3rd consecutive fight. With Sinatra falling to space, this is going to be struggle town for Selfless.
They did lose to Hoon, so now the healing is going to be very difficult to do with Gingerpop being primarily focused on his Pharah, but it's just so much. There's another barrage and 100 to 0. Someone get Michael an umbrella, because he was in the mix.
So we're going to be here into Sanctum.
See, we can get an early concussion. Iman does actually almost go off the edge. He saved his jump, luckily, excuse me, from that early concussion, and now the aggression will come in over the top.
Yeah, so everyone's jumping in each other's faces. Both these Winstons really trying to get as much impact as possible, but XQC was put to sleep briefly by Michael 3D. Sleep dart, but he's back on his feet now, continuing to do damage. Just a lot of damage being traded, but these are tanky compositions. Emong is very close to dying, though. He got a quick hit from Michael 3D, drops him off the edge, and that is really nasty as well. They needed that shielding available to Fred.
Oh, let's break it. Damn!
Dante and Pizza are still alive, and now with Defran taken out of the picture and Kresnik not in his suit, Pizza can go to work.
Another barrage takes down 2. He will end up giving his life order. Sinatra comes in 99 to 0. It is desperation time, but Michael down yet again. There goes Emong off the edge.
Nerf this.
What is this?
Wick.
What is this second round going on towards Yikes? Another complete 100 to 0 flame. This is insanity. As well.
It's not even been close is the issue. I just don't know what Selfless team we're seeing today. Maybe it's a little bit of both. And wow. Oh, wow. Defran gets blocked by the combo over the top. That's going to make so much space and so much confidence for Dante on the ground. Doesn't have to worry about his counter. He can just get in there and farm tanks.
Yeah, Kresnik now goes for the close-up charge against Space, and he at least gets him out of the suit, but he's going to struggle to stay around if he's not careful. Sinatra is at least providing that shielding to his team. Pizza again finding Michael 3D, always on the job. But this time, Selfless managed to take control here. They forced the airborne composition of Yikes to fight inside the very neck, and he killed himself with it, so he needs to hope for a better performance here. They're trying to chase down Michael 3D. They knew he was on the higher ground. It's a dangerous spot to be as Nana right now up against his team, and that's the sound barrier for Yikes to go in.
Well, that's a beautiful pulse bomb. All of the healing deleted in one malfunctioning Winston invention, and there goes Iman after. The res is going to make sure that this fight brings him back up to 6. Grab comes in late.
Yeah, and the defensive matrix is there as well. Ooh, big arch channel from Plat, but Kresnik gets taken down. He's still a little bit too low. Good pulse bomb from Defran. He catches the hood and gets a lot of damage across to XQC. Space gets desuited. Dante needs to stand tall on this point now. They need to flip it back, but Defran doesn't want to let this happen. He wants to stall to overtime right now. And that was a beautiful biotic grenade from Michael 3D. It made XQC so weak, and Space is on his own. I don't think it's a chance for Yikes here in this one. And no, overtime is done. Selfless, stay alive.
Defran just aced that. He aced it. Dante opened up with the pulse bomb that killed both supports. Towards the end of that fight, Defran countered, killed both supports. Then we start off. The boop does come down and knocks tanks close to the edge, but Pizza unable to get those early kills onto the tanks. Damage boosted rockets raining down from above here, just softening everyone up. Still bloodless so far. Another boop, beautiful concussion, puts the Reinhardt in the pit.
Yeah, we actually see Emong playing the Diva and Sinatra on the Roadhog here, so there have been some changes, as I misspoke, of course, for Selfless to try to adapt to this or try and adjust to playing in some way to make this really effective. Maybe shut down XQC or something similar. It is on Kresnik right now, as Michael 3D has already gone down to Dante. He's caught up in the corner, though. There's nothing he can do. He's spending all this time just trying to protect himself from the Pharah rockets coming in, but that's a brilliant hook. Sinatra finds Dante as he's trying to harass those larger targets, and Kresnik now has a little bit more space to move on the point. Speaking of which, he gets desuited, of course. Space and Dehun's trying to hang around. Space again with a bunny blast, looking for some more damage, and that's Zara over the top. That's going to be the felling blow. He comes in with a nice barrage. Kresnik falls back down. Overtime done. Yikes are going to win this map, and they're going to win the series 2-0.
He never gave Kresnik a good target for Shatter.